Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Knesset Speaker Benny Gantz announced the signing of a deal just earlier this week, in line with earlier promises to form an emergency government against the coronavirus. And only 22% of Israelis are opposed. The poll shows that support is a bit skewed to one side, however, with 80% of Netanyahu's Likud party voters in support against just 57% of voters for blue and white. And similarly, 41% of Israelis think that Netanyahu will break the rotation agreement. This does align with how half of Benny Gantz's blue and white party split away to the opposition, though. They accuse Gantz of defrauding his voters and abandoning his policies in favor of sitting with an alleged criminal who will undermine the courts, referring to Netanyahu. And leading the charge is former blue and white party number 2, Yair Lapid. Lapid is in line to take up the head of the opposition now, and as such is vowing to fight the new government until its collapse. New government officials reject the accusations, and blue and white MK Chili Tropel says the new government will not push any laws allowing Netanyahu to avoid the High Court of Justice either. There are petitions against Netanyahu creating a coalition while under indictment, and speaking with Israeli Army Radio, Tropel says that if the courts decide to move against Netanyahu, then they will respect that decision, possibly even returning to elections. Blue and white will have veto power over most legislative and policy decisions, so this is a promise that Benny Gantz can stand on. Still, while acknowledging criticisms of the deal, Gantz says it would be unthinkable to go back to elections amidst the pandemic, and that they had to put the common good before their personal good. And 2/3 of the country seem to agree.